Well, moving on now, and a high-stakes economic war is exploding across Africa, and Washington just made a massive power move. The United States has signed a preliminary deal to take control of one of the richest, most untouched mineral fields on the planet. The target is a site called Mlima Hill in Kenya. The rare earth and niobium deposits here are estimated to be worth over $62 billion. Kenyan President William Ruto announced the deal on the sidelines of the G7 summit in France last week.
We are finalizing an agreement with America on some of our rare earth and critical minerals, and we have agreed that the minerals will be processed in Kenya, as opposed to what the other relationship. We've agreed with them on what is mutually beneficial between Kenya and the United States.
Now, this isn't just any business deal. This is open combat in the modern scramble for Africa. Right now, the world is desperate for what are known as rare earth minerals. You can't build smartphones, electric cars or advanced military missiles without them. And for years, China has owned the market. They control the supply, which means they control the leverage. But now, the US is using its financial power to push back hard to break China's grip. At the same time, Russia has been expanding its footprint across Africa, like in Mali and the Central African Republic, by offering military security to governments in exchange for direct access to resource-rich mining areas. We are witnessing a multi-billion-dollar race for global dominance, and Kenya just became ground zero. But there is a massive twist to this deal that changes the old rules of the game. For decades, foreign superpowers would go into African nations, dig up the raw rocks, ship them away and pocket all of the profits. When Ruto announced the minerals deal in France, he made one thing crystal clear. The old way is over. He gave the example of the minerals deal signed between the US and DR Congo.
It's the same thing that they are doing in DRC to make sure that whatever agreements, whatever deals are being fashioned are deals that benefit the country in the way we have said. These natural resources can no longer be exported and processed elsewhere. They have to be processed in country and in continent. We have to create value out of them.
If the minerals are processed inside Kenya, this would help the country keep a much larger share of that $62 billion pie. It is a major shift in power, but boosting ties with America is costing the Ruto government the trust of its people. The recent controversy around the proposed US Ebola quarantine centre in Kenya has triggered deadly clashes. Kenyans also protested against the US health aid deal over data sharing concerns. It was blocked by a court in December last year. But now it's back on track and set to be implemented. Despite the public resistance, President Ruto is backing and justifying the deals struck with the Trump administration. He's playing a very risky game. On one hand, Ruto is standing up to global superpowers, making sure Kenya's wealth stays in Kenya. But at home, his own people are angry and they do not trust America's growing influence. And will this $62 billion deal make Kenya rich, or will it cause more chaos at home?
Big shifts don't announce themselves. They arrive as updates, version numbers, a quietly changed headline. But zoom out and you'll see it. The way we work is being rewritten. Cars are turning into software. Your phone already knows what you'll ask before you do. These aren't trends or hype. They're ripples. Small, quiet moments that spread until the whole surface has changed. This is Ripple, an explainer series around tech, auto and AI with me, Konak Tyagi, where we explain the future using the past and the present before it feels like one.
The African gods keep depositing minerals and oils and fresh waters and forests and all these nice goodies in Africa, but it's the other people from other pink races that come to own them, then they sell them back to us. Make it make sense. Like, if their gods were the ones putting these minerals there, they would have as well put it for them in their soils. But guys, before colonization, we had our own gods, and our gods did not have any child with a virgin. We all belong to God on the same level. There was no son of a god, special one somewhere. And God, our gods, African gods, never allowed their children for us. And in the African setup, sin is never going to be punished in a fire of hell. So don't tell me that the religious gods of Allah and the white god in the sky, that they are the ones putting these minerals in our African soils. No, it is Engoro, it is Ngai, it is Mwenenyaga, it is Kai, it is Mulungu, all these African gods. But our African brains are so, I just don't know why our African presidents would just go and put a signature, give away our inheritance on a paper, and yet these are our birthrights. In 2026, why would you think that you don't deserve the things that you have been given freely, naturally? Why can't we just mine our minerals and sell to them? I just don't get it. One time, guys, one time.